Good day, mom and classmates. Here is my presentation, The Style of Professional Writing. Given its main objective of achieving results with an organization and the importance of connecting with its audience, professional writing is necessarily written in a particular style or register that aims to will goodwill. So when we say professional writing, it is a style of writing that is clear, concise, and seeks to convey information and ideas quickly in a professional setting. So according to Kitty Locker and Donna Kaiser of 2013, in Business and Administration Communication, effective professional writing is reader-centered, emphasizes the positive, and uses bias-free language. Each of these is, each of these traits will be discussed in greater detail here. So firstly, adopting a professional style means adopting a reader perspective in writing. So professional writing is a style of writing. I'm sorry. Professional writing is a style of written communication used in a workplace environment that allows professional. So this you attitude, as Locker and Keinzler of 2013 call, it is defined as a style of writing which looks at things from the reader's point of view, emphasizing what the reader wants to know, respecting the reader's intelligence, and protecting the reader's ego. The examples here demonstrate the differences between an I attitude and you attitude in writing. So I attitude, if can answer any of your queries, I'm perfectly willing to do so. Uh, when you transpose it, when you transpose in you attitude, it will become, if you have only questions, please ask. I attitude, we delivered the order to provided address this morning. And when we transpose it in you attitude, you order was shipped to your address this morning. I attitude, I'm happy to tell you that. And you attitude, you'll be happy to hear that. Next, the examples that demonstrate a you attitude place the reader at the forefront. Literally, the pronouns you and your appear first in these sentences. Perhaps, more significant, more significantly, the focus is on the reader's benefits, what they can receive or do, and what they need or want to know. The feelings and needs of the reader are placed ahead of those of the writer. Only in negative situations should the word you be avoided. In fact, the writer should protect the reader's ego by using impersonal expressions in passive verbs to avoid passing blame, according to Locker Keinzer of 2013. So reader focus extends to the amount and organization of information. The writer should give the reader exactly the information that he or she has requested or needs. When more information than what is asked is provided, it is important should be clarified. This information should also be arranged to meet the reader's needs. With helpful should also be arranged to meet the reader may easily find headings, captions, and labels or lists so that the reader may easily find what he or she needs. Finally, reader questions should be anticipated and answered in appropriate format. For example, some professional websites include a section called Facts or Frequently Asked Questions, where these questions are listed and answered. The second important aspect of a professional style is the emphasis on the positive in order to build a positive image in goodwill. All information should be stated positively, which means that there is a focus on what the reader can do rather than on what the writer will not or cannot let reader do. So negative information, if not important, may be omitted. If it really needs to be said, it should be communicated briefly. Alternatively, the The reason for the negative news can be given. It may be linked in some way to a reader benefit, or the reader may be redirect- redirected to more positive information. For example, a letter communicating the rejection of a request may follow this rejection with information about the next round of applications. Whatever the case, the writer should also eliminate any words that sound harsh or have negative connotations. So the examples in the table here show how positive wording appeals to the reader's sense of cooperation and fairness because sentences are phrased in a no threatening way. So negative wording, we cannot process your reimbursement request because your documents are not complete. Positive wording, your reimbursement request will be processed as soon as you submit all required documents. Negative wording, we do not reply to emails on weekends. Instead, you may contact us via email at any time from Monday to Friday. So negative wording, sorry, we can't give you a list of books because we have not yet finished taking inventory. And positive wording, you will receive the completed book inventory by tomorrow morning. In the first example, not only is the focus shifted from the writer, we to the readers needs your request. But the emphasis also shifts from why the requested is being denied to what the reader will gain if he or she completes the requirements. The second example is similar in that it talks of the reader's ability to contact an office. Finally, in the third example, a failure is transformed into a promise. So the third aspect of the professional style is its use of bias-free language. So lesson 2 of chapter 1 discusses this notion at great length and may be reviewed. To reiterate the context of workplace communication, it is unprofessional and in very bad form to use language that show a bias against certain people or groups of people. For example, in patriarchal societies, certain word choices reveal a bias against women, especially those in the workplace. In youth-oriented cultures, there may be language bias against older people, and capitalist societies, there may be language bias against the poor. Aaron 2009, professional writers and speakers should use language that does not discriminate against people on the basis of sex, physical condition, race, age, or any other category according to Locker and Keisler of 2013. The examples here focus mainly on eliminating sexist or gender biased language because this is particularly prevalent in Philippine society. Examples from other categories may be reviewed in chapter 1, lesson 2. So we have bias. Bias set 1, chairman, salesman, stewardess, and fireman. So instead of saying that words, we can say chairperson or chair, sales representative or rep or staff, flight attendant, and firefighter. Bias set 2, woman lawyer, woman doctor, lady president, and male nurse. And instead of saying that words again, we can say lawyer, doctor, president, and nurse. And we have set 3, manpower, mankind, man hours, or money. And bias fee, we have labor force or personnel, humankind, hours, workers, worker hours rather, and staffing. We have lastly set 4, managers and their wives, faculty and their wives, and their sir. So vice pre, managers and their spouses, faculty and their spouses, and dear sir or madam. So the first set of examples provided consists of very dated and traditional gender-biased terms. It is customary now to use gender-neutral labels for professions to acknowledge the fact that both men and women thrive in those fields. As for the second set, the gender labels should be omitted as they reveal gender bias expectations in relation to professions. For example, not all lawyers, president doctors, and chemists today are male, just as not all nurses today are female. The third set consists of taken for granted words which are biased because they suggest that the power in business and the world today comes from men alone. Finally, the fourth set is biased because it assumes that all managers, faculty members, and recipients rather, of from letters are male. So that's all. Thank you.